Yeah, the Summer Dubs, they're champions of Vegas, and that call courtesy of ESPN yesterday as the Dubs knock off the Grizzlies in the Summer League Championship game 94-90. And now joining us here on Willard and Dibs on 95.7 The Game with Dibs and Grandy with you is the coach of those Summer Dubs, and that is Khalid Robinson, entering his 11th season with the Warriors, third as assistant coach, and now a Summer League champion. Khalid, congratulations. We appreciate your time. What was that like the last couple of weeks in Vegas?
Yeah, Grandy and Dibs, appreciate you guys having me on. It was a really amazing experience. I got to coach a really great group of players. It was a really connected group. They supported each other through all the ups and downs of the games. Like last night, we were down 10 going into the fourth, down 12 at a certain stretch in the fourth quarter, and they just stayed connected. They stayed connected, and they locked in the game plan, and we told them to be solid. Be solid. You box out, you defend without fouling, you're going to give yourself a chance to get back in this game, and that's what they did.
Have you had a chance to coach a championship team before at any level, in a camp or a league or anything?
I'd say my only other experience was last summer doing Basketball Borders, and I won a championship there coaching like a 16 and under girls team out in Asia and Singapore, but obviously much different level here at NBA Summer League.
What's it like? Because obviously you guys are all competitors and you want to win whatever the format is. I'm sure, practices, scrimmages get really competitive for these guys. So when you're in Summer League, you obviously are trying to win, but you also want to see what these players have. You want them to work on specific aspects of their game. So where's the balance between doing everything you can to win the basketball game, but also making sure you have in the forefront of your mind is the development of these players?
I think there's definitely a balance. Obviously, we want these guys to develop their skill sets and the skill sets that are going to help our team in the regular season. But winning is the paramount thing, because you want guys to develop winning habits and knowing the importance of just stacking winning plays over and over and over. Because when you consistently stack those winning plays, that's what leads to winning at a high level.
Does it become sort of like a muscle memory thing where, especially for Yaxel Lendeborg, where he's coming off winning the Natty, and you get into summer and things probably get more serious the deeper you get in the Summer League? And is the winning part of it something that you preach as a kind of a muscle that they need to develop? Yeah. And it's just about the winning plays and winning habits, and like that stuff like crashing the offensive glass, boxing out, sprinting the floor, getting spaced, making good decisions when you're in the paint. Like you see the pictures that the defense is going to give you. So these are the things that like we drill with our guys and kind of what would go into just making winning plays.
Warriors assistant coach and coach of the Summer League champion Dubs, Khalid Robinson, with us here on Willard and Dibs. Dibs and Grandy with you today. Along those lines, Khalid, it feels like maybe there's been an emphasis from the front office in terms of the kinds of players this team is acquiring. I don't know how much say, if any, you have in terms of the kinds of players to go after, but with Yaxel, won the championship at Michigan. The year prior, Will Richard was a selection in the second round. Of course, won the championship at Florida. LJ Cryer won a natty in Baylor. Not a huge part of that one, but was on one of the best college programs for years after that in Houston. Graham Ike is another example on one of the more winning programs of the 21st century in Gonzaga. Is this something that this organization is kind of putting an emphasis on, getting players who have won wherever they've been? Is that something you feel like the Warriors are putting an emphasis on?
It's not really my department as far as player acquisitions and all of that, but I will say that winning is a premium skill, and guys who have demonstrated the ability to win at a high level in college, like that's a skill that teams are looking for, because if you can
win consistently at those levels, like, you know, the type of plays that you got to make to win. Like, it's defending, rebounding, just being rock solid offensively. And all of those guys that you listed understand those qualities.
Let's get a little bit deeper into Yaxel Lendeborg, because we're all starting to get to know him, and he seems like somebody who is very beloved by his teammates. He obviously wins, and he's a guy not afraid to speak his mind. What's it been like coaching him throughout the summer process?
It's been a lot of fun. Just first off, like, Yax is just a really good human being, great teammate. He's a really thoughtful guy who brings a lot of energy and joy to the gym every day. His teammates love being around him and competing with him. Same thing for all of us coaches that have had the chance to work with him. So, like, for one, it's just the person he is and the teammate that he is. And then he just has a very unique skill set with his size, profile, and athleticism, the ability to handle the ball and shoot the ball at his size, and then the ability to rebound. I think he had 4 or 5 offensive rebounds last night, and then a few just 50-50 balls in traffic that he got on the defensive end. And then his ability to be able to switch and kind of play different coverages defensively is something that's really exciting to see.
We've had a few of your players from the Summer League roster on within the last week or so, including LJ Cryer, Graham Ike, Chance McMillan, and they've all said kind of the same thing. Obviously, Yaxel is a really talented basketball player, but they also say he's just kind of a funny guy to be around. And you're talking about him being a great person. I'm curious if you have any story of the quirkiness of Yaxel, because that's one thing that stuck out with us when we talk to his teammates. He's kind of a quirky guy. Do you have anything you can share about Yaxel off the court?
I don't have one story in particular. It's just kind of the levity that he brings on a daily basis, and it's something you need as you go through Summer League and NBA season, because it's a lot of, like, high pressure games and situations, and in between that, you need to be able to just enjoy the time with each other and just laugh and joke and enjoy that time. And, like, he brings that along with his high level of competitiveness.
So when you look at his game and you start thinking about camp, which we're still a good, couple of 2+ months away, your parting words to him as far as what he needs to do to get better between now and October, what were the things that you told him to work on between now and the start of camp, which is coming soon?
Yeah, I think it's just about consistency, and that's the challenge for any rookie coming in. Is just, can you consistently stack winning plays and put those nights together, night in, night out. And for any player, rookie or veteran, the 82-game season is a challenge. So it's just like finding ways to just be as consistent as possible, and while being as solid as possible with your decision making and on both sides of the ball.
We're talking with Khalid Robinson, Warriors assistant coach and coach of the Summer League Dubs in Vegas, champions of the Vegas Summer League after they beat the Grizzlies yesterday. We've talked a lot about Yaxel, 21 points. You mentioned the 4 offensive rebounds, had 10 total boards yesterday. I'm curious what you and the coaching staff saw from him defensively in Summer League, because this is a guy who, given his size and strength, should be able to defend multiple positions. What did you see from him defensively in Summer League, and how do you think he might be able to employ that against, regular season NBA players?
Yeah, we saw a lot of versatility. For one, like his ability to switch and guard bigger or smaller players, stay in front of smaller ball handlers was impressive. And then there are situations where he was guarding bigger guys, 5s and 4s that are trying to post him up, and he stands his ground. And then also just his ability to cover ground and put out fires. And that's something that we've spoken to him about, just being the importance of just being locked in on and off the ball defensively. And I think he's shown the ability to do that.
Seemed like a big summer for a lot of guys. LJ Cryer we talked to on the show, and Malachi Leons is another guy kind of fighting for a roster spot. But the one that stuck out to me, Coach, is Graham Ike. What were your takeaways watching him play with the Summer League team?
I was really impressed with Graham. Graham has just a great competitive spirit about him. He was kind of like the heartbeat of our team and the voice, like every possession, defensively, offensively, you heard Graham talking, and it gave our team confidence. Like, he's behind the defense, communicating. Offensively, he's communicating. And then he just plays with an extremely high motor. He's going to fight on the glass, get you offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. And then when he would get in the post, like, he could score. Really productive college player at Gonzaga, and he had a lot of really good games for us. And he's just a guy that, like, has just a great winning competitive spirit about him and just a good human being.
Coach, the season ended in Phoenix. The Warriors season ended. The postseason ended in Phoenix in that play-in game. Will Richard wrapped up his rookie year, which I think most people would say exceeded their expectations. You know, late second-round pick, plays a lot his rookie year. I'm curious, by the time the season ended to when you got him back in the building for Summer League, where, if anywhere, did you see a jump from him? It's hard to compare, obviously, because the talent in Summer League is different than in the regular season. But from the outside looking in, it felt like Will Richard just a lot more composed and confident and maybe slowing things down a bit. What did you see from Will when he was away from the organization, getting ready for Summer League that just wrapped up?
Yeah, so Will was with a group of guys like Will, Malafide, Chance, LJ, who a couple weeks after the season came back to the Bay, and they were in the facility for about 6-7 weeks, and they were working pretty consistently with our training staff, just getting stronger with their bodies, but then also on the court. And you just kind of saw this steady build with Will throughout that stretch, working on different aspects of his game, his shooting, his decision-making, and then just improving as a defender. And I think you saw that in Summer League, and it's a credit to him and the work he put in after the season to build towards putting together a good Summer League.
So what happens now, not only for you, Coach, but for these young players between now and the start of camp?
Yeah, so these guys will have a couple weeks off after Summer League, and then they'll be back in the gym in August and September, working with the training staff, getting their bodies stronger and prepped for the regular season, and then doing the same with our coaching staff on the court. So it'll be a important 2 months of work as we build towards training camp.
Do you get any time off? Do you go to Disney World because you won a championship? What happens?
Yeah, I'll definitely get some time off, get some time with my family and my friends. Looking forward to it.
And to that point, is there, like, you get back to the locker room, is there, people giving you the water shower or champagne? Is there any sort of like an actual celebration? Because, I mean, you won a championship.
You got rings.
That's nothing to sneeze at, yeah.
Yeah. No, there wasn't a water celebration last night. They did that for me after my first win ever coaching a Summer League game. But it was more just everyone just happy in the moment and to be able to celebrate and share that moment together. So it was really cool.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations, Khalid. We appreciate your time. I know our midday show, Steiny and Goo, caught up with you before Summer League began, and we're sending you off after you took care of business. You got the job done. Congrats. Enjoy some time off, and maybe we'll catch up again come the regular season.